This mini PC is absolutely tiny, but it runs a proper 6-core AMD processor. It supports 3 monitors simultaneously and comes in at a price that undercuts pretty much everything comparable on the market. This is the Peladn WO4, and today we're going to put it through its paces to find out whether this little tiny box is actually worth your money, or whether small size means small performance. I'm Gadget Joe, let's get right into it. Before we dive into the hardware of this mini PC, let me give you a little bit of a context on the brand. Peladn is a Chinese manufacturer that's been operating for a while in their domestic market, selling GPUs, docking stations and mini PCs, but they're still relatively new to the Western scene. They're not as well known as Geekom or B-Link, they haven't got the name recognition yet, but as you'll see in this review, they're clearly paying attention to what buyers want, because the WO4 makes some very smart decisions for the price point. What's more is that at the end of the video, I'll be giving you a discount code provided by the company for 10% off, so keep an eye out for that. Now let's talk about the physical machine first, because this is where it makes its first impression. The WO4 is compact. We're talking about a footprint of just over 12 centimeters square and about 5 centimeters tall. So this thing genuinely will disappear behind your monitor or sit neatly on a shelf without taking over your desk. It weighs around 500 grams, so you can practically carry it in a jacket pocket. The chassis is plastic on all sides and base, with a plastic front panel finished in a glossy black colour scheme. It's not flashy, there's no RGB, no tempered glass, there's nothing really to try and grab your attention. Depending on your setup, that's either a positive or a negative. For an office or a home study, or basically for anyone who wants a clean and professional looking machine, it's going to fit perfectly in your lifestyle setup. Now, here's a detail that genuinely surprised me and other reviewers have also picked up on. The top cover is magnetic. You just simply lift it off. There's no need for any screwdrivers, there's no clips to break. The entire top panel lifts away in second and gives you direct access to the 2 SODIMM RAM slots and the M2 SSD slot. In a market where upgradability on mini PCs is often an afterthought, Peladn have made it genuinely effortless. For cooling, there's an active fan system with side and bottom ventilation cutouts, allowing for good airflow around the unit. During our testing, temperatures stayed in a very respectable range. The 5600H platform is already power efficient, and the WO4's thermal design complements that well. We're talking sustained operation in the 70 to 80 degree range under load, which for a machine this size is pretty solid. And yes, a VESA mount bracket is included in the box, so you can attach this directly to the back of your monitor. There's also a power adapter and a manual and a HDMI cable in the box, and that's pretty much your unboxing experience done. It's simple, practical, with no fuss. Right, now we've done that, let's run through what's inside this unit. The processor is an AMD Ryzen 5 5600H. That's a 6-core 12-thread chip built on AMD's Zen 3 architecture using a 7nm process. Base clock is 3.3 GHz and it boosts up to 4.2 GHz. The TDP sits at 45 watts, which puts it in laptop chip territory, but it's housed in a proper mini PC chassis with active cooling. It has more room to breathe than it ever would inside a thin laptop. The GPU side is handled by the integrated Radeon Vega 7 graphics, running at 1800 MHz. The configuration I'm reviewing ships with 16GB of DDR4 RAM running at 3200 MHz in dual channel across 2 SODIMM slots, and those slots are expandable all the way up to 64GB if you ever need it. The storage is a 512GB Gen 3 NVMe M2 SSD, and here's something that really actually stands out. There's also a 2.5-inch SATA bay, so you can throw in an additional hard drive or SSD for more storage without needing a USB hub or any external solution. That's a feature that a lot of machines at this price point simply don't offer. Connectivity is where the WO4 really punches above its weight. You get dual wired LAN, a 2.5 gigabit port and a 1 gigabit port. That's a feature that you normally see on machines aimed at home lab or networking enthusiasts. You get Wi-Fi 6 with dual band support at up to around 225 megabytes per second, plus Bluetooth 5.2. On the port front, the front panel gives you 2 USB 3.2 ports and a USB Type-C port, along with a headphone and a microphone audio combo jack and a clear CMOS 0.2. Around the back, you get two USB 2 ports, the dual LAN ports that we mentioned earlier, HDMI 2 and DisplayPort 1.4, and then of course the DC power input. And that triple display support is worth emphasising. HDMI, DisplayPort and the Type-C all output simultaneously up to 4K at 60 frames per second. So whether you're running a single big display or a 3-monitor productivity setup, the hardware is ready for it. The whole system ships with Windows 11 Pro pre-installed, and it's priced at around $350 to $400 which in the UK puts it comfortably around a £350 to £370 price point. It's an awful lot of machine for that money. Now that does sound a lot of money in today's standards, but obviously considering all the hardware increases currently going on due to the AI shortages, that's pretty good value. So now we're going to get into the numbers, and we're going to start with Geekbench 6, which measures CPU performance across everyday computing tasks. Single core came in at 1,884. Multi-core hit 6,311. To put that in context, a single core score approaching 1900 from a budget mini PC is genuinely impressive. It tells you that the 5600H has strong per core performance that translates directly into the kind of tasks that feel snappy in daily use. Web browsing, document work, and light coding, and also media playback. The single thread is where you actually feel the speed. The multi-core score of 6,311 reflects what you'd expect from 6 cores with 12 threads doing real parallel workloads. Video processing, compilation, multi-tab browsing with background apps running. It's not a workstation monster, but for this price point, it's pretty much exactly where you would want it to be. On the GPU side, we ran Geekbench 6's Vulkan compute test, and the Radeon Vega 7 scored 10,584. Again, validated and verified. That's a solid result for an integrated GPU. It shows the graphics silicon has genuine compute capability, even if it's not in the league of a discrete card. Moving to Cinebench R23, which is one of the most widely used CPU rendering benchmarks, it gives us a great cross-platform comparison point. On the multi-core, we got 8,735 points. For the single core, we got 1,368 points. The MP ratio, which measures how efficiently those cores scale together, came in at 6.39. Single core at 1368 lands it third in that comparison set, above the Core i7 7700K at 1230 and well above the Core i9 9880H at 1183. It's modern architecture and a modern IPC. The 5600H's Zen 3 DNA shows. Now let's look at the full system picture via Passmark performance test, because this gives us a holistic read across CPU, graphics memory and storage. Starting with CPU mark, 17,742, landing at the 52nd percentile globally, so genuinely average to slightly above average for all systems in the Passmark database. For context, the world average CPU mark across all submitted results is around 20,500. To be sitting within striking distance of that average on a budget mini PC is a very healthy result. The subscores tell an interesting story. The integer math score is 64,213. The compression is 218,338. For encryption, we got 13,715. For sorting, 22,677. Those are the workloads that matter for real-world productivity. That's file compression, security processing, and data sorting. The WO4 handles all of them pretty comfortably. CPU single-threaded is the score that most reflects day-to-day responsiveness. That came in at 3,093, a solid result. 3D graphics mark was 1,521 at the 17th percentile. This is the honest reality check. The integrated Vega 7 is not built for heavy 3D work. The world average here is around 12,500, and the WO4 is well below that. We'll dig into what that means practically in a moment. 2D graphics mark is 636 at the 46th percentile. It's genuinely fine for anything that isn't real-time 3D rendering. For memory mark, we got 2,489 at the 35th percentile. The world average sits at around 2,752. So the 16 gigabytes of DDR4 at 3200 MHz is slightly below the current global average, which reflects the DDR4 versus DDR5 generational gap that you'd expect at this price point. For Dismac, it was 19,611 at the 58th percentile. Sequential read at 3,292 megabytes per second. Sequential write at 2,614 megabytes per second. The NVMe storage is the standout here. It's above average performance. It's got fast boot times with snappy application loading. And this is where a lot of the perceived responsiveness of a unit like this comes from. The overall passmark rating came in at 2,682 at the 25th percentile, which pulls down because of a 3D graphics score dragging the composite number. Strip that out, and the CPU and storage results paint a much more positive picture. So what does all that actually mean in practice? Let me break it down by who this machine is actually for. For general office and productivity work, document editing, spreadsheets, emails, video calls, web browsing with many tabs open, the WO4 is genuinely excellent. That 6-core Zen 3 processor handles everything you throw at it in day-to-day office tasks without breaking a single sweat. And the fast NVMe storage means applications snap open and the system boots quickly. This is a capable desktop replacement for anyone who doesn't need GPU-intensive software. For media consumption and home entertainment, you've got 4K contact playback on YouTube, Netflix and streaming platforms. The Radeon Vega 7 handles that very smoothly. The triple display output means you can run a living room TV, a side monitor and even a third screen simultaneously if you want to. As a HTPC or a living room media box with a proper desktop OS, this is fantastic value. When it comes to light creative work, photo editing in Lightroom or Photoshop, and basic video editing with short timelines, the 5600H does manage, though you'll feel it on heavier projects. If video editing is central to your workflow, the WO4 will do it, but you need to be patient with exports. For networking and home lab use, this is where that dual LAN setup becomes a genuine selling point. 2.5 gig plus 1 gig wide connectivity, combined with a processor that can handle virtualization workloads, makes the WO4 an interesting candidate as a pfSense router, a Proxmox node, or a lightweight home server. Under combined virtualization loads, total system power draw reportedly stays in the range of 37 to 50 watts, which is excellent efficiency for a machine doing those jobs. For emulation, retro gaming up to the PS2 and GameCube is well within the 5600H's comfort zone on this platform. You can run that era of games and lower at 1080p without significant issues. And then when it comes to gaming in general, let's be straight and honest here. The integrated Radeon Vega 7 is not a gaming GPU. Like competitive titles, older games and classics at lower settings are playable, but you're not getting smooth performance in them. Modern AAA titles are just simply a no-go. The Passmark 3D score tells you that story clearly. If gaming is your primary use case, this is absolutely not the machine for you. But as a secondary feature of a machine you're buying for other reasons, it's a nice bonus. One of the genuinely refreshing things about the WO4 is how easy it is to upgrade. That magnetic lid lifts off without tools, exposing the two DDR4 sodium slots and the M2 slot directly. The additional 2.5-inch SATA bay on the hood gives you a second storage option without any adapters. If you want to double the RAM to 32GB, which would also meaningfully improve the integrated GPU's performance, since it draws from system memory, is a standard sodium kit purchase away. If you need more storage, a larger M2 drive just simply drops in. Peladn Savers machine supports up to 64GB of RAM and up to 4TB of NVMe storage, so the machine has genuine long-term headroom. So here's the bottom line on value. At around $350 to $400 or approximately the same in pounds, the Peladn WO4 gives you a proper 6-core desktop class processor, 16GB of dual-channel DDR4 RAM, a fast NVMe SSD, dual-wired LAN including 2.5 gig, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2, triple 4K display output, and an easy access magnetic lid with a Razer mount and Windows 11 Pro included. Many competing machines at this price point ship with slower processors, often quad-core or Intel N-series chips, with less connectivity and fewer upgrade options. The 5600H is not the newest chip in the world, but it's the right chip for this price point, and Peladn have built a sensible, well-rounded machine around it. The 1-year warranty is standard for the category, and this is included. The only real call-outs I'd make are that the plastic front panel feels budget on an otherwise decent chassis. And 512GB of storage is adequate, but not too generous by today's standards. Although the upgrade path is clear and easy if you need more. The Peladn WO4 is one of those machines that makes a strong case precisely because it doesn't try to do too much. It's not pretending to be a gaming PC. It's not overselling the GPU or claiming that it will do different gaming. It is a compact, affordable, capable, everyday computer with excellent connectivity, a thoughtful, upgrade-friendly design, and a processor that genuinely holds its own against the competition. If you're looking for a machine to replace a bulky old desktop in your home office, mount behind your monitor in a clean workspace, or run as a silent media center, or simply set it up as a lightweight home lab node, the WO4 earns a strong recommendation. As mentioned at the beginning of this video, Peladn have gifted me a 10% discount code for anyone watching who wants to buy one of these units. That code is Peladn WO4 It's written across the screen here and linked in the description and also pinned in the comments so you can't miss it. Make sure you head to that link and save yourself a bit of money. If you found this review useful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, it genuinely helps out. Links to the WO4 are in the description as mentioned earlier, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.